Especially for those who are not familiar with the Bible, your initial instinct may be to reject this material because of its deistic or religious source. We have come to expect this too. Many have been trained and schooled by the educational bureaucrats and propaganda professors of the academy to accept as true only what originates from the modern, academically anointed. Do not misunderstand us. We have the greatest of respect for authentic scholarship, but we also have disdain for the scam scholarship and bogus education masquerading as truth that is so common on campuses these days. We have a sneaking suspicion that any course of university study that needs the word studies, such as gender studies or religious studies, is most likely a waste of students' time and their parents' money. Have you ever heard of physics studies, mathematics studies, or computer science studies? No, of course not, because those are real fields. We reject the political correctness, bigotry, and prejudice that have taken an undeserved prominence in our secular-only education system. We witness prejudice within academia against all things non-materialistic, which is to say, non-tangible. Most universities today have adopted a blind and baseless hostility toward anything connected to religion or the Bible. This is usually because of the mistaken belief that science answers all questions and modern thought always reflects positive progress. This is certainly not education. Teaching students to utterly ignore a text so preeminent as the Bible, a text that has shaped the outlook and beliefs of countless generations of wise and accomplished people over 2 millennia, is doing a colossal disservice. Furthermore, many people growing a business, whether they are aware of it or not, will be interacting with serious Bible enthusiasts in their personal and professional life in the form of customers, vendors, fellow travelers, and so on. This book focuses on ideas that emerge organically from the Bible in that area of the human experience having to do with finance. Could someone attempt to derive principles of victory on the tennis court from Scripture? We don't doubt it, but the result would lack credibility and possess the thin, unsatisfying consistency of improperly strained spinach soup. The same would go for car racing, cosmetology, and television production. The Bible has nothing specific to tell us about these subjects. However, business secrets from the Bible is quite a different story, and that is what this book explores. Even a cursory study of history reveals that the Jewish people have, over many centuries, lived in many countries and have been summarily expelled from many countries with nothing but what they could carry. Frequently, their activities were severely restricted and regulated, curtailing the fields they could pursue. When expelled yet again, as they were from England in 1290 or from Iraq in 1952, with scores of other instances in between, they needed to start all over in new locations as penniless refugees. They did this again and again in places where they did not know the language or have a social network. Amazingly, a surprisingly large number of them persevered, not only surviving but also building great financial enterprises and accumulating wealth. It is notable that in the first 4 months following the mass invasion of Israel by thousands of armed Palestinian terrorists in October 2023 that resulted in the worst single-day massacre of Jews since World War II, that small country experienced a high number of business startups, and an unusually high number of Israeli couples got engaged or married. Both starting a new home and starting a business reflect hope and confidence in the future. Both actions, starting a business and getting married, are quick, easy, and pleasant. But both actions tacitly acknowledge that one is committing oneself to weeks, months, and years of hard work, heavy responsibility, and even frightening times. Yes, this book reminds us that starting an independent business is the action of an optimistic and confident soul, but it also reminds us that operating a business, being in business, regardless of what you do, as we explain later in the book, is an ongoing source of optimism and confidence. The bottom line is that unlike many books on starting, building, and growing your business, this one is not based on